Ben wants to know what to do here. He's got this ex-council house, he's stripped it out as you can see, and he's got the old sink propped up for a while while he does all the remedial works. He's got this old asphalt screed here, and he said it's cracking up, it's pretty brittle. This was used as a damp-proof course. I've seen lots and lots of this. Very popular way of doing it at one point. Gave you a nice flat screed to tile onto, but also gave you a damp-proof course. And when he hacked it up, look what he found. This happened overnight. As soon as he hacked that damp-proof course away, it released the damp under the floor, and with it came all these salts. I've never actually seen anything quite so dramatic, quite so fast as that. You know, that would normally be something that happened over weeks or months, but there you are. This is overnight, like mushrooms popping up. And here's another shot of it. That's just amazing, isn't it? I just picked that stuff up and tasted it. You could probably spread it on your food, but I'm not recommending that, Ben, or anybody else out there who likes dangerous sports. So this is the other room, the lounge that he's got, and this is where the screed is. He wants to put underfloor heating in here. You can see the cracked asphalt screed again. As I say, you just whack that and it cracks into a lot of different pieces. So he's worried. He's had all the tiles taken up, and this is the screed makeup. So you can see that where he took up one lot of asphalt, and then there's a bit of sand and cement going through there, which was where a wall was taken down, I reckon. And then the old pantry or something like that. So they just filled it in with a bit of sand and cement along there, a bit of concrete between the two floors. He's worried about asbestos. He's already paid the asbestos removal guys to come in and remove those tiles. Well, I've removed hundreds of those tiles over the years. Although they do have a bit of asbestos in it, the asbestos is encapsulated in the bitumen, so I don't see any evidence of fibres or anything like that. But I fully appreciate that people need to be careful with asbestos. But in the past, I've taken them up and I'm still here, so what can I say? You know, if you double bag things up, if you've got a mask and maybe even damp the thing down, I can't see you getting any fibres out of those old tiles. But there's no pattern of tiles on this floor, so perhaps he was right. It was lino, and if it was lino, was it proper lino? Because I don't think that has asbestos in it. What to do now? Hack the rest up. He's going to have underfloor heating, but he doesn't want to hack the whole floor up to put the insulation in to make it better. He said he can't afford it, can't face it, just wants to get on with the job, and I understand that, but it's almost a beautiful opportunity, and the rooms aren't that big, are they? You could get that lot up, you could get some decent damp-proof membrane down there, you could get some concrete laid on it, and then you could have a float screed put in after it. Any of those liquid screeds, you can actually buy it from Weber. You just knock it up in a tub and pour it on the floor, and for a job this size it would be quite doable. There's no skill involved in it at all. In fact, we've got a video on it. You just kind of agitate it till it finds its own level, then the next day it's dry, ready to walk on. A couple of days after that, ready to tile on. So it's going to have tiles throughout this, so that to me would be the way to go. So you could do that. You could get the underfloor heating in, the liquid screed on top, and you'd have a lovely job. But if he doesn't, if he's going to stick with this, then get a paint on membrane, couple of coats I would use. I wouldn't just have one, and lap it up the walls. Very important, you lap it up the walls to where the damp proof course is. Now, being a council house, I reckon there's a damp proof course in there somewhere. All he's got to do is lap that liquid damp proof course up the walls and make sure there's no plaster or render bridging that damp proof course. I think he'd be fine. I think it'd be a good little job. You see, he's got the old radiator there. He won't need that once he's got the underfloor heating. It does look a bit like a microbore system, doesn't it? Where's he going to feed the underfloor heating from? Near the boiler, hopefully. Don't try feeling it off those microbore pipes. You could go back to the microbore manifold if you can find that and do it on there. So then when he's done all that, he's got to replaster. Now, I have a suggestion, Ben, which is to use some shower backer board, something like Elements board or Jacker board or any of those, and dot and dab it onto that wall, and then you can skim coat the plaster on top of that. People don't do this very much, but I reckon it's a great system, because not only does it give you a bit of insulation there just to improve the U value of that wall slightly and stop condensation on the wall, but it also is great if there's any damp behind the wall. It'll keep that at bay, and as you put the boards on, don't dab them onto a cement-based tile adhesive. As you put the next board on, just run down the side with the polymer sealant and butt the boards together, and you'll have no trouble whatsoever. As I say, you can plaster straight over it, no problem. Oh, he's got his new boiler there, green style, ready to roll, hasn't he? I didn't see that. It looks like somebody's done that job for him. So somewhere behind there, hopefully, he's got a little space where he can put his manifold, and that's ready for the underfloor heating. I know it seems daunting, Ben, but it's such a small job in the great scheme of things that it would be really nice to get that house nice and toasty, lower your fuel bills by getting some good floor insulation in there, and the whole house will feel brilliant. I've done it before when I've just put underfloor heating down on the screed, or in this case on the concrete low build system, and it's all right, but compared to a floor that's got proper Celotex in there, 100mm if you can get it in there, it's a completely different experience. It really is. You get a faster warm-up time. Obviously the fuel bills are lower and the room feels brilliantly warm. The only thing you might have to watch out for, Ben, is a little bit of condensation, humidity build up in this house. Doesn't seem like you've got any trickle vents there, so just be careful that you don't make it so warm and get that problem that so many people get, which is mould appearing everywhere because you haven't got enough ventilation. Anyway, I hope that helps, Ben. I only intended this to be short, but I just can't stop talking. That's my big problem. It was my problem when I was a kid at school, and it's still my problem all these years later.